Hey guys, it's Misty from the Book Rat, and this is my October Rewind. So this is a look back at what I read in October with a quick thumbs up, thumbs down rating. First up, I was part of the blog tour for The Archived by Victoria Schwab. I will leave the link to Victoria's stop below as well as my review. This definitely gets a thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. The world building was phenomenal, and I love the main character as well as most of the characters. It's a very full cast. I felt like all of the characters, even the minor ones, were very distinct, and I love that. There were a couple of things that I wanted more from, but for the most part, absolutely adored it. Definitely looking forward to book 2. I was also part of the blog tour for The Night Has Teeth by Kat Kruger. I'll leave the link to the stop below. I haven't reviewed this one yet, it's coming up. This one does get a thumbs up, but very kind of hesitant. I did like it and it was a quick enough read, but it also felt sort of formulaic and just sort of flat. There were a lot of things that I wanted to just tweak or tighten or right down to word choice and just make things stronger and more impactful, and so that was kind of holding me back from loving it. It also sometimes felt a little scattered, a little chaotic, but for the most part I did like it. You know, it's that sort of middle of the road thing. The Diviners by Libba Bray. This one gets a very big, very surprised thumbs up. I mentioned before many times that I was not a fan of the Gemma Doyle series at all. I thought the first book was okay. I wasn't intending to read any more of the series, and then I had to for a challenge, and the second book was actually fairly good. Got to the third book and I wanted to kill it with fire. I hated it. So I've been really hesitant to read anything else by Libba Bray, especially because one of my biggest complaints with her is that there's so much extra crap that I feel can just be cut. The Sweet Far Thing was like 200 pages longer than it needed to be. It just went in circles. All of her other books are super hefty, so I'm always afraid that it's going to be the same issue, that I'm just going to see a lot of things that I'm thinking, this doesn't need to be here, and I get really frustrated when that happens. So I've been hesitant, but I'd been hearing such good things about the Diviners that I went ahead and said, okay, I will read this one. Really liked it. I didn't know it was a series at first, and so I was looking forward to just a good solid standalone. And then about 100 pages before it ended, I realized it was a series, and I was like, curse you, Libba Bray! This does not need to be a series. But I guess the way it ended, I can see why it would be a series, but the great thing is, it works completely fine as a standalone, so I can't hate on it too much. I really did enjoy it. I loved the world, I loved the characters. I think the only thing that will bother some people is Evie, the main character, and all of her 1920s slang. For the most part, I loved it. I hated that she said "positutely" all the time, but beyond that I really liked it. But I think some people will definitely be irritated by it, and it will hold them back from liking the story. But it's a great, good, creepy read, good for these sort of long nights of winter, so I would suggest picking it up, even if you're like me and we're like, nope, no more Libba Bray. Eve and Adam by Michael Grant and Catherine Applegate. This is the book that you guys chose for me to read this month in my stack of 5. There will be a video review up soon, so I'm not going to say too much about it, other than it's very mixed. But you'll have to check out the review to find out why. I tried to read Stainless and Brand New Cherry Flavor by Todd Grimson, but wasn't able to get into them. Part of it, I think, is his style. It's not one that I tend to like. It's very wordy. The sentences are like a mile long. But part of it, I think, might have been my mood, too. So rather than give them a thumbs down or give up on them, I'm just going to set them to the side for a while, and when I feel like I'm in the right mood for them, I'm going to give them another try. If they still don't win me over, I'm going to send them on to someone else, because there's no point in forcing myself to read them and giving them a negative review when someone else might like them and might give them a really positive one. So no rating on these two this month, but I tried. I also started Blackwood by Gwenda Bond and gave up on it as well, not because I wasn't liking it or not because I wasn't intending to finish it, but because Scarlet came in the mail. So this one has been moved to the November TBR. I am going to definitely read it this month. So, you know, I guess we'll see what I think of this one. But as for Scarlet by Marissa Meyer, I'm not quite finished with this one. It is in November TBR as well, even though I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish it today. But so far, thumbs up. I love me some Lunar Chronicles, man. That is what I read in October and what I thought of it. Make sure you check out the review of Eve and Adam when it goes up, and let me know in the comments what you thought of all the books that I read or almost read or gave up on reading or whatever. If you agree or disagree, definitely let me know. If you do your own monthly wrap-up or rewind or whatever, make sure you link it as a video response below so that I can find it and everyone else can, or as a vlog or blog post on the linky at thebookrat.com. I will leave that below, as well as links to all of the books that I talked about so that you can find out more about them if you're so inclined. Make sure you check out my November TBR, which is kind of chaotic and I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be reading. And make sure that you vote on my stack of 5 for this month. You guys will determine which book I'm going to read and do a video review of, so I need your votes sooner rather than later because it closes on the 7th. That's all for me for now. Until next time, happy reading! You'll have to check out the review to find why. You'll have to check out the review to find why. Why? But you'll have to check out the review to find out why. Why? Can I talk like a normal person, please?